Welcome to the Association postgame presented by Caesars Sportsbook. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz, joined here in the LA studio alongside 13-year NBA veteran Q-Rich. Quentin Richardson is in the house, and two-time All-Star Isaiah Thomas. Hi, guys. Rare Monday night sighting for me.
Yeah.
But we've already been very lively here to start the week. I love it for me. All right, the Sixers beat Boston at TD Garden on Saturday to book their trip to Madison Square Garden tonight to face the Knicks. Both teams winners of 3 straight to close out their respective series. We'll have analysis, live post-game coverage from both teams. But let's start, of course, with the highlights, shall we? This is how it went down in New York. Half the celebrities in New York were at the Knicks game, the other half at the Met Gala. We love it. This is where the action was. Brunson, ready to go. Maxey has been killer for the Sixers. 2 big men hugging it up before they battle it out. First quarter. Here's Brunson, not over the rookie. Wow.
Brunson got it going early.
Setting the tone, as he tends to do. Later in the first, he's back. Not even PG could stop that one.
At all.
All right, let's go to the other end of the floor. Embiid talked about him being the X factor for the Sixers.
Got to be on the interior.
Truly. Next possession. Here's the, come on.
He had it going the whole first half.
14 points in the first quarter.
Yes.
Minute later, OG, who has been phenomenal in the postseason.
Wow.
13 points in the first for OG. All right, second quarter now. There's playoff PG.
More. Need more of this.
Team high 17 for George. Later in the second, Maxey. That's what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, every time.
But on the other end, Carl Antonio. For 3.
What's that?
Carl Antonio.
Okay, big bodega.
He said, hold on. Exactly. See, you're picking up what I'm putting down, Key-Rich. Look at that. Get in there. Feels like Joel just said, you know what? You got it.
I know.
Lucky. All right, under 3 to go before the break. Huge mismatch.
Goodness.
And Brunson knew it, so he took a shot in the paint. A few possessions later. All right, let's get the rebound. Clean it up, fellas.
That was a tough one right there. He just missed that first 3, too.
Look at Jimmy Fallon. About a minute later, or a minute left, rather. JB.
Yeah, I think he had 11 over in the second half, in the first half.
All right, just before the halftime break.
All I'm saying is JB got a little bit of time before he be looking like me and his daddy.
Stop, I'm screaming.
I'm just going to say that. I'm going to put that out there. He ain't got much longer.
Holding on to him.
Way back here.
I get it. Spike.
Good Spike.
I was just asking how old Spike is. He's been around.
It's the same.
He sure does. Third quarter now.
Hey.
OG. My God.
They controlled the game from the jump.
Yeah, they did. Cat. Woo! That was clean. All right. More Jalen Brunson, huh? No one's shocked.
This wasn't even chippy enough for me to revisit when Cat and Joel was fighting back in the day. We can't even talk about that. It wasn't even close enough.
The Knicks win 137-98, the final. 35 points for Jalen Brunson.
Look at that.
In this outing.
Come on home, JB.
Oh, I see what you're talking about now. We
Soon come. Soon come.
Francisco Lindor, by the way.
Oh.
Just chilling. All right, the Knicks joined the 2025 Cavs and the 1986 Celtics as the only teams ever with consecutive 30-point playoff wins. New York shot 63.1% from the field, the best shooting performance in Knicks playoff history.
A lot to a little.
Here's Jalen Brunson after the game.
All right, Jalen, I don't know if you're feeling deja vu, but another night of just executing the offense to a T. What has you guys clicking on all cylinders?
Just focused. I think the way we played on defense to start the first half really propelled us offensively. Making good reads, getting out transition, and obviously the ball going in the hoop.
I love that you talked about the defense, too. It was absolutely suffocating tonight. You guys are so in sync. It's like you're finishing each other's sentences. How much confidence do you have in just the defensive effort of all guys?
Yeah, as long as we're focused and paying attention to the detail all the little things. And I mean, we can play great defense, but we gotta stay focused. You know, we gotta stay poised, poised and composed through all this.
It's a best-of-7 series for a reason. So despite tonight's score, I mean, is your mindset just to not let the foot off the gas?
Tonight's over with. You got to focus on next game. It's back to 0-0. Whether you win by 1 or 30 or whatever, it's one win. You know, you got to continue to do it.
Congrats on the win. Thank you so much, Shane.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We will need to revisit the math with Jalen later, but I got what he's saying. Stay focused on the bigger picture. For sure. All right, so the Knicks have won 4 straight games by 15 points or more, becoming just the 6th team in NBA playoff history to do this. The record is 5 straight by the Lakers. That was over 40 years ago. Not my whole lifetime. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's insane.
All right, so Brunson finishes with 35 after notching 27 first half points. IT, you noted that there was a shift before the show with JB's approach to being sort of that set the tone guy as a scorer. What is it that you've been seeing from him?
I think ever since the middle of last series, he's been super aggressive to score the ball, and they've made plays through Cat. Mm-hmm. More necessarily not going through Brunson to get others involved. And I think that's made them more dynamic than ever, where he's just strictly focused on being aggressive, getting in the paint, making plays for himself, and then later in the game it opens up. But Cat is like the guy that's making the plays from the top of the key. And I think it's allowing Brunson to just solely focus on scoring and being super aggressive for them to be successful.
Brunson has just been the captain, the leader of the squad, the guy who has literally, on a lot of nights, put the team on his back. And the Knicks shot lights out in this one, Q. A franchise best in a playoff game, 63.1% from the field. What did you see game plan-wise from them to really knock down shots at that level?
Yeah, I like what they, like Isaiah said, I like what they've been doing, like kind of playing Cat at that top of the key, letting him kind of play like the Joker role where everybody else can be more aggressive and he's kind of situating everything and facilitating for guys, so that take kind of like that job and that role out of Brunson's hand. He doesn't have to be the sole facilitator or the guy looking to get guys the ball, because when they play it with Cat Anthony Towns, as you see right there at that top of the key, he can kind of make every play. He's a big, you know, he's very skilled, can shoot the ball, can make passes, can see over the defense, and he's doing a great job of getting everybody involved, so that allows everybody else to be a little bit more aggressive.
And while Cat did finish 17 on 7 of 11 with 17, 7 of 11 from the field in game 1. That's a lot of numbers, y'all. You know, my not too much. His matchup against Philly, an interesting one there.
It is, and I think it's personal between those guys, but you know, he did what he was supposed to do game 1. Karl Anthony Towns has been playing amazing since the middle of last series, and I think with them playing through him and allowing him to be aggressive and make plays for others, it's shown a whole nother dynamic with the Knicks, because they haven't done that all season long. It's kind of been through Brunson, first, second, third option. Now they're allowing him to just strictly focus on scoring, and Cat can kind of get others involved with being able to see at the top of the key, and also being a real threat with his shooting ability, being able to stretch the floor.
All right, let's get you out to the post-game podium. Nick Nurse is at the podium right now.
Or exhaustion or anything like that, but if you just honestly look at the game, you guys seem tired. How much of a factor did that play in, and when did you really start to notice it?
Well, you know, again, you can't make excuses. That's for sure. We knew it might be difficult, but you're never gonna go into the game and say this is going to happen. You got to see it played out. And I really thought it was okay there at the start, but obviously it kind of hit us. You know, and I just thought kind of towards the end of the first, you know, we just weren't getting, like I said, that 6 straight mid-pick and rolls were just too easy. You know, just all so, you know, it wasn't challenged like, you got to challenge one way or the other at the rim or the 3. Somebody's got to be running out there to challenge, and we couldn't get around them, back in front of them. You know, we left them open for too many wide open 3s. You know, we even gave up a couple. Well, I think it's one or two maybe dunks behind us. We got to clean all that stuff up. You know.
How about Tyrese in line for 13-minute free throws at halftime? You mentioned free throws before. I believe Robinson and Towns have 3 fouls apiece on them. Do you feel like that could have been used as an advantage for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it was super physical. I think they played really physical. I don't think, you know, we did get to the line some, but I thought in that same kind of run, I think we had 3 turnovers, and they were just kind of on ball. You know, they're physical. You know, there's body hits, there's slaps, whatever. But you got to be able to at least secure the ball and not cough it up. I think we coughed 2 of the 3 up for pick sixes down to the other end, and that's just, you know, you can't do that in the playoffs. You got to, again, I thought it was physical. I didn't think we handled it great. We're gonna have to handle it better.
How much do you plan on drawing from the responses that you guys had from 1-4 last series to Wednesday night?
Well, you have to. Again, it's like I know that wasn't any fun. It wasn't any fun to sit there. It wasn't any fun, you know, to be a part of, to be honest, and watch. But it's 0-1. Doesn't really matter if it's 6 points or 36 or whatever the hell it was. It's 0-1, and we got to wash that one away and get back. And we're gonna have to find and provide much more energy and physicality and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Go back to the defense. Like you mentioned after Game 7 that you felt like you'd taken like a tiny bit of a step back on guarding the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Were some of those things popping up again, or was it new stuff or additional stuff?
Yeah, no, we didn't guard it well enough. We didn't guard it near well enough. I think you know, you're never gonna let a team shoot that percentage if you're guard. You know, it probably starts at that. You know, just guarding the ball and impacting dribblers, fighting through screens, getting around screens, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's gonna have to be better.
What made you try hacking Mitch that early in the first quarter?
Just presented itself, subbed him in. They were in the bonus. You know, figured, and I think it was right on the end of that famous pick and roll series I'm talking about. So I think it was a chance to try to stop, you know, their momentum a little bit.
Nick, you had PJ, you had Paul George, you had Oubre, all of them in the first quarter, I believe, trying to stop Brunson. Is that a case where they do it with each other? Do you switch it around, or how does that work out?
I mean, we'll make the switches sometimes. Sometimes it just happens, kind of whatever. You know, you're getting back in transition, it happens. You know, they're coming down fast, and whoever's closest has to pick him up. But, yeah, we switch it around.
All right, so it was a slow start to the series for both Maxey and Embiid, who finished a combined 6 for 20 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. What does the focus have to be for those two heading into Game 2, Q?
It's got to be more, a lot more. I expected Joel Embiid to be the X factor and the most unguardable player in this series, and for him to not be featured the way that he was not featured today was a huge surprise to me. I mean, I expected if his knee and his health was good that no one can guard him in the NBA, and no one can guard him individually if he gets down there on that low block, and he wasn't featured in that way today. That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, Coach Nurse said it was physical for sure, and we didn't handle it great. I feel like that was a bit of an understatement there. And he wasn't trying to make excuses when asked about being tired. He's like, this is what it is. This is playoff basketball, and we just have to get better. But it does play a role for sure, so we can't discount that as well for this Philly squad that's been playing on all cylinders throughout the postseason so far. So if you're Philly right now, IT, what is the priority as you focus on Wednesday's Game 2?
Get rest.
Please.
Yeah,
go to bed.
Get as much rest as they can and recover. Like Coach said, there's no excuses. But it's real. Like they went through a 7-game series, which was physical. It was a tough Game 7 as well. So you expected the Knicks to come out with energy and to play like they did. I think Game 2, it would be settled down a little more. Hopefully those guys are rested up and they can give a better effort. But you can't have excuses, but like that's a good one if you do. Because they were, you seen it, they were a step slow on both sides of the floor. DJ and Maxey didn't have that spark that they had against the Boston Celtics, and that was the reason why they got blown out tonight.
Yeah, I know we see, and I'm going to put you guys out on the court doing superhero type things, but they're still human, guys. Yes. Still human, just super great abilities.
More.
No, you don't want to hear it, Q.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Like, I thought it would be a different story. You know, I didn't think it was going to be 137-98. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
That is.
Surprising, for sure.
I mean, it was surprising, but you got all factors like that. That 7-game series was tough, Q.
137-98 is tough, Isaiah. That is not acceptable.
It's not. So they move on. They're not going to talk too much about that loss.
No.
You think Boston would have lost this bad tonight?
No.
Okay.
We'll never know. All right, we'll have more live reactions from this game, one blowout at the Garden. Stick around here with us on the Association post game. Don't go anywhere.